Hey, what's up, guys? It's LaRosa Johnson here with Trailblazin Tech, and I want to welcome you to my live stream. So this is probably the fourth or fifth try that we've tried to get this particular live stream done, but I think we're going to get it done tonight. So want to welcome you. If you are watching it live, drop a comment. I've got the comments open, so I'll be able to interact with you guys. So let me first just kind of preface what this channel is all about. So Trailblazin Tech is a company that is designed for solopreneurs to really scale their business and help them alleviate the stress and anxiety that comes with managing and dealing with their technology, because that's usually the biggest bottleneck that they face in their business. People just struggle with tech. But I am someone who I find tech relatively easy. I use it all the time. I love automating things and streamlining things. So if you're looking to streamline your business and automate it, then I am the person that is going to be able to help you do that. So that's really the premise of this channel, is me showing you different ways that you can automate your business, use the tools that are going to help you do that. And tonight I'm just going to start talking about the tools that I actually use in my business. So these are the key handful of tools that I use in my business day in, day out to run Trailblazin Tech. And these are also some of the same tools that I use with my clients. And I think that you might find yourself wanting to use some of these tools as well. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So I've got like 5 tools that I want to share with you tonight that are indispensable for me. And the first tool is the hardware. So the hardware that I use is Apple products through and through. I am very much an Apple guy. I use a Mac, iPhone, iPads, yes, multiple iPads, Apple Watch, AirPods, any and all things Apple. I'm here for it. And the thing is, I wasn't always an Apple guy. I grew up very much a Windows person. I was on Team Android when the first Android phone came out, the T-Mobile G1. I had it. I had the G1. I had the G2. I've used several Samsung Note devices, the Nexus phones. But it eventually got to a point to where in 2015, I got my first iPhone after holding off for years. And then 2016, I got my first MacBook Pro. And then that was really a life-changing experience for me when it came to technology, because the Apple ecosystem is just so cohesive. Everything just works the way you want it to and the way that it needs to. So I can go from my MacBook to my phone to my iPad and know that things are going to work the same way. My data is going to be there. Stuff is going to sync across without any issues. And that's really been the biggest part in me choosing Apple over Windows and Android. And then along with that, knowing that if I ever do have issues, I can go to somewhere like Best Buy or the Apple Store and get my stuff fixed directly, knowing that there are experts who are working with my stuff. And when I was working with Windows and Android, that was hit or miss. I usually have to send it back to the manufacturer with no guarantees of when I'll get my computer back or my phone, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that is the main reason why I am an Apple guy and definitely an Apple fanboy. But when it comes to the apps on the Mac and just Apple in general, there are 2 apps that I use just about every single day. And that is the Calendar app and the Reminders app. I live in those apps. If it's not in the Calendar app, then I'm not showing up. If it's not in the Reminders app, then I'm probably going to forget to do it. And the reason for that is I've gotten to the point where I am offloading things out of my brain and putting them somewhere else that's going to remind me, so I don't have to think about those things as I'm just going throughout my day. And that has been so freeing because it allows me to focus on doing the things that really matter in life and in business. So with the combination of those 2 things, there's also another app that I like to use that actually integrates both of these items. And so I'm going to share my screen, and then we're going to start talking about some of these other apps that I use. So what you can see here is an app called NotePlan. And I'm sorry, Windows, Android guys, this app is Mac only, but there is a web version if you want to use it, and I'll give you another tool that you can use here in just a moment if you are using one of those operating systems. But yeah, so this is NotePlan, and if you're familiar with the idea of writer Carol and the bullet journal method, then you'll understand immediately like what this app is. Basically, it's a digital bullet journal where it allows you to take daily notes, make your notes, refer to them, find them, use them in your calendar, and all that stuff all in one place. And so you can see here, this is really the basic setup. And I have this app open all the time on all my devices. So up here in the top right, you've got your monthly view of your calendar. Over here beneath that, you have your daily view of your calendar so you can see what's on your agenda. Over here on the left is where you can get to all your files. And then here in the middle, you just have your note. And the premise of Note Plan is you start with a daily note. So every single day, you're starting a new note. And that's where you're putting all of your notes, your ideas, your thoughts, your tasks that are coming through, checklists. You can even do time blocking, and all this stuff's really just coming through in this one note. And then you can, from there, disseminate it to individual notes. Like if you have a meeting, you can create a note for that, or a project, or even just like some notes that you're taking on something random entirely. You can do all of that, link it all together, and it's going to work seamlessly. Excuse me. And then so you can see here, this is what it looks like on an iPhone. This is what it looks like on an iPad. I use it on both of these. Absolutely love it. And like I said, it's open on all of my devices every single day, all day. So it's like being productive one day at a time with the emphasis on the daily note. So you've got your daily notes, but then you also have weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly notes, which I highly love and recommend. Like with the weekly notes, that's how I keep myself going from week to week, because on Sunday night or Monday morning, I'm looking back at the previous week. What was a win? What were the losses? Where were the areas where I struggled? And what could have gone better? What did I get done? What didn't get done? And then I go from there, looking forward to the next week. All right, what are my key priorities? Where can I time block these things into my schedule? All that kind of stuff. And Note Plan makes it really easy for me to do those things. And you can write it down, link it, never forget it. So it makes it really easy to backlink, organize everything, get it done with scheduling, time blocking, custom filters, and so many other things. And the main thing here is that I really enjoy is Note Plan is an open text format. So it uses markdown files. And if you're not familiar with markdown files, they're basically plain text files. You know, those little TXT files, they're just plain text. There's no formatting whatsoever. And it uses those files to then layer on top an additional layer of like code, like hashtags or the pound sign, to do some styling, like putting in headings, that kind of stuff. And then it renders it so that it looks pretty within the app. But then you can take those files and then import them into other apps that use and read markdown files, which is great because then if Note Plan ever goes away, I haven't lost any of my notes. I just move them over to another app and I can keep on going. So this is Note Plan, and absolutely love it. Probably my number one app that I highly recommend. And as far as costs, it's $99 a year. I think $99 or $100. And it's the best $100 I spend on any app that I use. And it's like building a second brain with Markdown, like it says here. So if you're familiar with Tiago Forte and his PAR method, you can implement that in Note Plan, and it works very well. So definitely recommend it. So that is Note Plan. That is where pretty much all of my life, all of my brain lives. On to the next app. So let's talk about the next app. The next app that we have here is Fastmail. Now, I know most people, when they're talking about email, they usually refer to Google Workspace. And I have no problem with Google Workspace. It works great. I actually recommend it to the majority of my clients and the people that I work with because, one, they're already familiar with Gmail, and Google Workspace works exactly the same way and just makes it really easy to use, integrates with everything. But for me, I don't need the extra Google Drive storage. I don't use Google Meet and all the extra features that come with Google Workspace. I just want a fast, secure email. And quite frankly, Google has enough data on me as it is. I don't want them to have like all of my emails, even though they say they're not reading them, they have access to them. And I'd rather not have them have all that, any extra data that they don't need. So I like to use Fastmail. I've been using Fastmail for a few years now, and even earlier this year, I tried switching back to Google Workspace because I absolutely love the labels that you can use in Gmail because it makes it really easy for organizing things into multiple places and doing that instead of using like the traditional folder system with old email. But one of the nice things about Fastmail is you can use labels in the same way. The only caveat is you have to do it from within like the browser view or their apps. So if I'm using like the Apple Mail app, I lose all that functionality, but at the same time, this works really well. And it focuses on three main things: your mail, your contacts, and then your calendar. So you can use your calendar here. You don't have to worry about having a Google Calendar set up or Apple Calendar. But if you do, you can easily import those here and sync it to your Fastmail as well, so you can see everything all in one place. So here you can see what it looks like with your mail. You got your contacts, and then finally your calendar is going to look. I mean, it's email, contacts, and calendar. I mean, it's nothing glamorous, but I do like Fastmail, one, because they are based in Melbourne, Australia, which is a country that has really good and strict privacy laws around data protection. So that also leaves me feeling really good about them as a company. And in terms of pricing, I think it works really well because it is cheaper than Google. I think Google Workspace is around like $72 a year if you pay for like a year up front. Whereas here, it's $60 a year for a single individual. And then the price goes down if you pay in greater increments. So if you did 1 month, it's $6 a month. Or if you pay for like 24 months, it drops it down to $475 per month with a total of $114. This is actually the plan I use. I pay every 2 years. And then if you want to pay for 3 years up front, it drops even a little bit more, $168. I mean, $168 for 3 years of email, it's not a bad deal. And you get 60 gigabytes of storage. I've been using Fastmail for years now. I'm using maybe 1 gigabyte of storage on my email. And that's like with several years of email. So storage is not going to be an issue with Fastmail. So Fastmail is my second go-to when it comes to everyday apps that I'm using. So let's keep it moving. So the next one is something fairly new, and it is Canva. So for the longest time, whenever it came to doing graphics and that kind of stuff, I would always want to use professional grade software, so like Photoshop. But I eventually got tired of Adobe, and in moving to Mac, I had more options. So I could use Affinity Photo, Affinity Designer, and I've been using those apps. Absolutely love them. And they were actually recently purchased and acquired by Canva. So it's a marriage of two worlds that I live in quite frequently. And what I found recently is Canva works really great for creating quick graphics and stuff for like social media and content creation, which, if I'm honest, I slept on Canva for quite a while. It's like I knew about it, knew what it could do, but didn't really suit my needs because it wasn't professional enough. But I will say, the templates that they have in there have made my life really easy. Like what you see here on the screen is a template that I found, and I went in, changed the background colors, deleted the image that was here, dropped in my own picture, used their AI tools to automatically remove the background, so I'm not having to like trace around myself and cut out the background. Changed my text, used my brand fonts, dropped in my logo, boom, got a YouTube thumbnail. Only took me like 5 minutes to do. And so, like even with that, got a couple of other options here where all I did was change the colors. And now I've got a couple of different variations of this one thumbnail that I can use for multiple, who knows how many YouTube videos. And it's great for social media images, even creating slideshows. If you don't want to use PowerPoint or Keynote, you can create and present your presentations from here, do quick little animations and video graphics and all that kind of stuff. There is so much that you can do in Canva, and for $15 a month, I really believe it is an absolute steal. So definitely check it out. All right, let's keep it moving. Got 2 more to go. So actually, wrong window. The next one, so what you see here is my website. My website is built using WordPress. Now, I know there are lots of people that don't like WordPress for whatever reason. And I'll give it to you. The back end of WordPress is kind of ugly. It needs some updating. But that's neither here nor there because, to be honest, I don't really care what the back end of stuff looks like. As long as I can get done what I need to get done, then that is the tool that I'm going to use. Sure, you can go out and use like Squarespace, Webflow, and all that stuff, and it's going to look prettier on the front end, but then you have the drawbacks of if you grow your business and it starts to scale, you get more traffic to your website, then there is the inevitable possibility that your costs for hosting that website are going to skyrocket, and there's not a whole lot that you can really do or say about it because you are locked into that platform in terms of that's where your website is, and unless you're going to take the time to rebuild it from scratch elsewhere, you're stuck paying whatever price they decide to charge you. And I've seen it happen. Like on Twitter constantly, I'm seeing people post about like Webflow, and they got a huge spike in traffic randomly, and their website started growing. They were getting like a lot more orders, that kind of stuff. And Webflow's like, well, you've exceeded the traffic that you've paid for with this plan. Now your price is going to be like 200% more than what it was previously, and you've got like 30 days to pay the balance, or we're shutting down your website, that kind of stuff. And you really have no options there. But the thing I like about WordPress is it's open source software. So open source in the sense that it's written by and governed and maintained by a community of people. So like there's coders all over the world that are contributing to WordPress, helping it become what it is. And then along with that, because it's open source, you can build upon it with different plugins and really make it do whatever you want to do. So one thing I like to tell people is WordPress is just like a website and a blog, and that's it at its core. But you can think about just about anything that you want to do, and you can probably do it in WordPress because there's a plugin out there that will do it. Like one of the things, like when I first built the Tech Desk Elevation Suite, this product here, which is like my main offer, I did everything within WordPress. Like your CRM, your email marketing, all that stuff was done within WordPress with a plugin, and it allowed you to do that. But I made some decisions, and I'll talk about that here in a minute. But the idea being, like, you can extend WordPress to really do whatever you want it to do, but at the same time, it can also be as simple and easy to use as you want. So like this is a website that took me like maybe a half a day to put together in terms of like the handful of pages that I have. But then if we go to the back end, I'll show you some of the key plugins and pieces that I use on just about every WordPress website that I build. And the first piece is the theme. So the theme is what helps you design your website. So this is what it's going to look like out of the box, and then you can kind of customize it from there. And the theme that I like to use is Astra, and it's one of the most installed WordPress themes in the world. Probably millions of times it's been installed, and the developer is really great. They've been around a long time, so I really like using them. And like I've been using WordPress since it came out like 20 years ago, and pretty much exclusively the last 10 years for any website that I've built. So they have a good reputation, and Astra has been one of those themes where I've used them for quite some time. And I've even purchased a lifetime license to the pro versions, which allows me to do a lot more. But let's say you don't like Astra. Well, no problem. Come in here, add theme, and there are hundreds, if not thousands, of other themes that you can choose from. And then you can download that theme, customize and change the colors, change the images to do whatever you want it to do. But I like Astra. And then along with Astra, there are a couple of other plugins. So one is Spectra. So like I use the default WordPress builder for creating pages and content. And Spectra is one of those plugins that allows me to add on to that, to allow me to expand what I can build and do when I'm building pages and blog posts. And then I also use the pro version of that. And then there's SureCart. And so SureCart is an online storefront for taking payments on your WordPress website. It's great. It's actually what I use for the majority of my payments right now, and makes it work really well, like setting up subscriptions, payment plans, all that stuff. It connects to Stripe, PayPal, lots of other payment vendors worldwide, and this makes it really easy to use and to create products and to sell stuff on your website really easily. And then there's Sure Triggers, which is like akin to Zapier, so doing automations with your website, and not just with your website, but other tools as well. And then one of the other main ones that I use is SEO Press, which is for like doing search engine optimization, that kind of stuff. So that's WordPress in a nutshell and what I like to do with it. But let's talk about the biggie and the one that I really like to use the most and that gets me the most bang for my buck. And that is High Level. So if we come back up here to the top, let's talk about High Level for a minute. So I used to be one of those people that did not like, let me come back full screen for a second. So I used to not like all-in-one softwares like High Level. And the reason for that is because I didn't want to put all of my eggs in one basket when it came to running my business. But I've also been of the opinion that you should really use the best tool for the job when it comes to like building your website, running your business. So when I first started, that meant using something like Calendly for my booking calendar, and then using DocuSign or PandaDoc for getting my documents signed, and then you name it tool over here to do this, and then this other tool over here to do that. And then I tried to then bring all that into my website, which I tried to do with WordPress, and was able to do that for the most part. It had its limitations. Wasn't probably like the best in class for doing it, but it was good enough, and it got me to do what I needed to do, and it worked well. But then I got to thinking, that's a lot of upkeep, that's a lot of management that falls on my shoulders as a business owner, managing the data for all of my clients. And Lord forbid something happened to that database. And yes, I keep backups, but I don't want to be the one responsible for keeping those backups and managing this huge tech stack. And so a friend of mine showed me High Level and what he was and how he was using it in his business. And then with one of the clients I was working with at the time, they were migrating from High Level to my system. So I got a chance to work in the back end of it, seeing how everything worked as I migrated their data. And I was like, you know what? High Level is actually a pretty decent tool. And I had my apprehensions against it. One, because when I first looked at it like about a year or so ago, it wasn't anywhere near where it is now. Like the UI wasn't as great, some of the functionality wasn't there, and it just wasn't a tool that I was willing to look at. And then there was also the MLM feel that comes with it. So there are a lot of affiliate marketers out there that are selling High Level, and there are people that are even like rebranding it as their own thing. And I work with so many coaches, and they're like, hey, have you heard about this software? It does all this stuff, and they're selling it for like $97 a month. What do you think about it? I look at it and I'm like, oh, it's just High Level. It's somebody white labeling High Level and letting them know. And then you've got YouTube where you got people that are like slinging affiliate links all over, like sign up under me and I'll give you all these thousands of dollars worth of snapshots, all this kind of stuff. And that always left me feeling like really icky, because I've been someone who has been a member of, like, tried to sell MLM stuff and didn't feel really good. And the thing is, High Level is not an MLM. They do have an affiliate platform, which is a really great affiliate platform, let's just be honest. But it's an affiliate platform. But the thing is, let's look at the tool itself and how does the tool work. And from my experience, the tool has worked really well. And so let me switch back over and let's talk about this. And actually, let's go full screen. So with High Level here, you can kind of see it's like powering up your business, elevate your marketing and sales with High Level's all-in-one platform. It's an all-in-one platform, and it does things really well. And it really integrates things in such a way to where it makes it really easy. So I'm going to scroll down past some of this stuff, and we'll talk about some of the stuff here. Like, you can capture your leads, you can do forms, all that kind of stuff. So capture, nurture, close, like create full websites, funnels, landing pages, drag and drop surveys and forms, online appointment scheduling. You can kind of see where I'm going here. You can easily set up follow-up campaigns. You can do multi-channel campaigns, two-way communication on any device. You can set up a phone number for texting and calling people, which is nice. Fully automated bookings. You can use like AI to do it for you. You can create membership areas, so you can create your own community, and you can get rid of like Facebook groups, and you can sell courses and create courses through here. And the nice thing is it's unlimited usage. Like so many of these other all-in-ones like Kartra, Kajabi, they limit you on what you can do, like how many contacts you can have or how many courses you can create, how many landing pages you can create, and all that kind of stuff. And High Level doesn't put any of those like artificial limitations on you. And so if we scroll down a little bit more, yada, 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 here's the thing. So you see this chart here. So you got your CRM, your pipeline management. So you're replacing like ActiveCampaign or HubSpot. You get unlimited sales funnels. So you're replacing like lead pages and ClickFunnels. It even has a website builder. So if you don't want to use Wix or Squarespace or even WordPress, you can use their website builder. Now, their website builder is getting better, but I personally still like using WordPress because it's more flexible and I can make it do what I want to do. Like perfect example, I had a client that was building their website in High Level, and they wanted me to build something for them, and it's just not possible right now because they don't have the functionality. So if I was still if I was building their website in WordPress, easy peasy, can get it done. But then you can also do surveys and forms. You've got your email marketing, so replacing like MailChimp, ConvertKit, HubSpot, or any other platform you can think of. You've got two-way SMS marketing. You can also do phone calls. You got your booking and appointments, workflow automations, you got courses, call tracking, reputation management, so you can track all the reviews that you're getting on like Google and other places, communities, even document signing. So getting rid of DocuSign has been so great, and their document signing has gotten really better even just within recent months, because now it's really on the level of like what you get with DocuSign, and works really well, especially when you can start doing automations with it. And then you also get a mobile app as well. So you can get notifications on your phone, like when you get a new appointment, when someone texts you, all that kind of stuff. And then you get a free trial. And so I'm not going to talk about pricing, but, well, let's show you. So like $97 a month, you can get High Level yourself. And you can set up for like 3 sub accounts, which most people, you only need 1 sub account. $297 a month, you get unlimited sub accounts, and you can brand things a little bit more for $297 a month and give you a little bit more functionality. But that's the thing. If you want to do everything yourself, you can easily do that. Like I've got an affiliate link that I can give you to sign up under if you wanted to sign up on your own. Or you can sign up under someone like me, where I set up the account for you, manage it. All you have to do is just go in there and run your business, that kind of thing. So kind of give you a sneak peek of that. Like, here's my High Level account. I've labeled it and called it the Tech Desk Elevation Suite. So unlike some of those people that you'll see online that are selling High Level and rebranding it as their own thing and not telling you that it's actually High Level, I'll tell you up front, I'm using High Level, my own branded version of it. And so Tech Desk Elevation Suite, this is my High Level. And so here's a demo account. You can kind of see what's happening here. So you can see like your dashboard, you can keep track of opportunities. Like I have 122 opportunities that are open, 40 that I've lost, 38 that I've won. I can see the revenue that's come as a result of that, the conversion rate, where people are in their funnels, tasks that I have due, all that kind of stuff. Makes it really easy to keep track of. And then the other thing that I like is the conversations view, where you can keep track of all the messages that are coming in. So whether it be a text message that you receive, or someone replies to one of your emails, or even if you connect your social media to it, so like your Facebook page or your professional Instagram account, those messages will feed into here as well. So you can just respond to everyone from a single place, which is great for those people who have like VAs and other people working on their team. Instead of giving out your login for all these other apps, you can just give them an account in High Level where they only have access to the things that they need. They can go in and respond to you, respond as you, without having to log into your personal accounts. Then you got your booking calendars, so you can connect your calendar to here, whether it be like Google Calendar, Outlook, Apple, and connect it here. Then set up your booking calendars, which You can then view here like you would your regular calendar. Then you can see all your appointments that have come through. They'll show up here in this calendar, all color coded the way that you have it set up. Appointments here, you can also like manually create a new booking for somebody. You got your contacts, which I'm not going to show you, even though it's demo data. I do have my own account in there, which has my phone number, so don't want to show that. But then you got opportunity pipelines, which lots of different things that you can do with this. So you can keep track of like your leads, people that are interested, people that have booked a call with you. So like keeping track of the customer journey. But even not just that, but you can also use it for tracking like other things. Like I saw someone do a whole tutorial last week on building like a help desk using this pipeline feature. And then you got other things like tracking your client journey. So like you can easily see like which week each client is in just at a glance by using like pipelines and stuff like that. You can take your payments through here, so you can do invoices. This is where your documents and contracts are. Set up payment links, track your create products, all different kinds of stuff. You can even do coupon codes. Makes it really easy. Then you got your marketing. So you got your emails. Is where also where you can also connect your social media, plan your posts and all that kind of stuff. Have it automated. You got your automations, like your workflows, which is really the area that I love most about High Level, because this is where, like, for me, all the magic happens. So let's see. Let me just pull up one of these. So like you can see a workflow here. This is like from one of my recent YouTube videos doing a demo webinar workflow. So you can see here, like you have a trigger and then you just have tons of things that are happening here. And then you can like branch out, do like all kinds of complex logic in here and automating like so many different things in your business. Perfect example of automation that should get you excited. So the other day I was talking to one of my friends. She is a health and fitness coach. And she was telling me about how she's struggling right now with her onboarding process because it's just so convoluted. So she does a discovery call or a sales call with a potential client. They decide to sign up over the phone. She collects their payment. And then this is, you kind of know how it goes. All right, so you send them a welcome email. Then you send them the contract from DocuSign or PandaDoc or wherever. And then you wait for them to sign the contract. And then so you're just kind of waiting around. And then as soon as that contract is signed, then they're waiting on you to then send the next steps. So like their onboarding emails, and you have to go manually set up their access to the personal training software that you're using and all that kind of stuff. And it's just a whole cumbersome process that's time consuming, even though it's the exact same steps every single time. Well, I told her about one of my clients that I'm working with and how we completely automated this using High Level. So first thing is we're taking payment in High Level. So we have all the products set up in all the variations of her signature program, different prices. So whichever price they select, that's taking the payment over the phone. And hell, you could even send them a text message with the payment link and they can just do it over the phone if they don't want to give you their credit card details over the phone. That kind of thing makes it really easy. And then here's what happens. So it sends them a confirmation email, hey, your payment's been made. But then it also kicks off an automation that immediately sends them their contract. So we have contract templates that are set up based on the payment product that they've purchased. And then the rest of the automation goes on hold until that contract is signed. As soon as the client signs that contract, kicks off the next part of the automation, they receive a confirmation of the signed copy. Then they get their onboarding emails. There's a trigger that kicks off to Zapier to create their account in the personal training software. That's completely automated. They are added to an email sequence where they're getting the drip weekly emails for like the reminders for weekly calls, weekly check-in emails, all that kind of stuff, and like 3 onboarding emails, all completely automated. So all they have to do is take the payment and they don't have to touch the rest of the process. That's the kind of automation that you can build using High Level and just makes your life a whole lot easier. But then you can also build your websites. You can do your memberships. So the memberships comprises like your community and also your courses. You've got your reputation management. So like all of your reviews, which you can then embed in other areas of your website, like your sales funnels and all your website, all that kind of stuff. Then you also have your mobile app, and then you can also embed other things in here as well. So lots of different things. And actually, let me see if I can click on this link and give you an idea of what the community looks like, if this link will work. So yeah, so you can kind of see, like, this is my free community here. And actually, this is a perfect segue. So, because we are like at the end of this, and really my call to action for you is to join my community. And you can get there by going to LaRosaJohnson.com, and it'll have all the links there for like subscribing to subscribing to this channel, joining the community, all this stuff, so you can keep track of when we're going live, live streaming new content and all that kind of stuff. This is where you can find all the replays, and yeah, this is where everything's going to happen, is in this free community. You kind of see it here. Click on it here, you can kind of see all the stuff. There's a mobile app that you can use to keep track of everything. And so, yeah, it works out really well. And then, like, I've even got over here, like, my community for my paid members. And so, yeah, lots of different things that you can do in high level that just make it really, really awesome. And so, it's probably been the biggest thing that I've enjoyed doing in my business, is making a switch over to high level, because it's made, one, my life so much easier. It's made it easier for me to manage my clients' websites. It's made it easier for my clients to do work in their business and build things that are going to make their life easier, so they can focus on like their zone of genius and what they do best. So, what's the direction of this channel? So, the direction of Trailblazin Tech is really focused on showing you how to use the tools in your business and how to make the most out of them, so that you can really begin to, one, streamline and automate your business in such a way that you can, one, like I said, focus on your zone of genius, reduce your stress, spend more time with your family, make more money, and scale up your business so that you can then bring on other people and really do the things that you enjoy, helping people. And so that's really the gist of it. And so I want to show you not just like part of it and then like sell you a solution. I'm going to show you like from A to Z how to do something. Like, one of the first things I'm going to do is show you like how I would set up a high level account from start to finish, like setting up your email, your domain, your phone number, all that kind of stuff from start to finish, so that you understand what needs to be done in order for that to happen. And if you wanted to just go in, do all this yourself, and if you want to get started with high level, I actually have a link right now. If you go to, again, LaRosaJohnson.com for a free 30-day trial, if you wanted to check that out. And then from there, you can do, so from there, it's like I'm going to show you how to do all of that. And then I've got something like, all right, let's say you're a health and fitness coach. You want to know how you can use high level. Well, I'm going to walk you through step by step how I would set up an account to function as a function for a health and fitness coach. Because the idea here is like there's so much that you can do at high level, and there are so many people out there that will just sell you like what's called a snapshot of like pre-done workflows and templates and all that kind of stuff. And those are great, but if you don't know how to use them, they're not really helpful to you. So one of the things that I really want to do is show you how you can manipulate these things to do exactly what you want to do. And then like if we decide to work together, then I really dive deep in figuring out, all right, what does your business need? And then we configure those things that are unique to your business and all the automations to do all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the purpose of this channel here is really education and training, to show you what's in my brain, show you how to do this stuff so that it's not foreign to you, because I want you to be educated and empowered in your business and to understand all of this stuff. And so, yeah, I'm going to stop talking, and because I think this is a good point to stop. And so, yeah, go check out LaRosaJohnson.com, join the community, and then from there, check out the live streams. I plan to live stream and do this at least 3 times a week. So like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then who knows, maybe daily from there, and maybe eventually to start doing like some live office hours on Zoom, all that kind of stuff. Who knows? I mean, it really depends on what the community needs and wants, and the feedback that I get from you guys. And all that's really going to take place in the community, because that's the best way to get in touch with me. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one, and shouldn't be as long. My goal here is to actually to keep most of these live streams to about 30 minutes, even though I know this one has gone a little bit longer than that. But yeah, until next time, grace, peace, and I'll see you on the next one.